trucking this morning here, Dave Stahl.
Well, you know, it's end of the year.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is the time to buy vehicles and what have you. But the construction company, the landscape company, this is the time to look and say, maybe we ought to invest for 2015. I actually did this business for a while. I used to build the trucks and what have you.
Yeah.
I've got John and Savannah in from El Cajon Ford.
El Cajon Ford. Nobody beats El Cajon Ford.
By the way, John, #1 commercial salesman in the LA County. John, tell us a little bit of the normal route. If somebody comes into you and really doesn't know what kind of a work truck, what's the process?
The process is to see what kind of business they have, and then see how many people they're carrying to and from each job, and then also to find out the size of their tools.
Right.
Well, for instance, this truck has 22.5-inch toolboxes on it, so
Right.
if you got big tools, you're going to need to be able to fit them into the compartment. If you're carrying smaller tools and stuff, this you can walk on, you can pull that. If you have big equipment, you can actually stand up on these things.
John, you could put a surfboard in here.
You could put a big one on top.
You could put a huge 9-10 footer up top.
And then if you're carrying big stuff to your jobs and you say, well, they got brackets all the way across. How do I? These brackets come off and mount up front, so you got the whole area.
Right.
Yeah.
This truck behind me here,
yes,
this has 15.5-inch toolboxes, so you need to know what you want to carry and know the size of it. The locks,
so you customize them for whatever they need.
I sit down and customize it what works for you.
John, come with me.
If you can go to your job and have every piece of equipment, tools, and parts that you need, but this is how I start.
This is how you start. This is the beginning.
That is the blank pallet.
The canvas.
Right. Now, if you want a stake bed, you know, just wood gates and everything, no problem. You want a tow truck? No problem. You want a dump truck? No problem. But the key is you want it done by somebody that does it right. And the dealership has a commercial department. That's all he does. All his contacts have everything to do with the end product.
Let's talk about also, this is the end of the year. So if you buy by the end of the year, John, you and I were talking, you can get a huge tax break.
A huge
tax break.
December 3rd, it went from $25,000 to $500,000. You have from now to the end of the year to take advantage of that, whether it be trucks or equipment for your company. If you have it by the 31st of the month, you can write the whole thing off. So are you going to pay
the whole
Uncle
year.
Sam, or are you going to buy a new piece of equipment?
I'd say buy a new truck. I say buy a new truck.
If you could write it off and it pays for itself, but see, people don't think about it, or people don't, and people say, well, why are you bringing this stuff into KUSI? Because this station is big on education. We like to let people know what's out there. And this is a prime example. I mean, you can do pretty much anything and everything you want, and this is a time to save money, and I always like to save money.
Oh, yeah. Let's show them the workbench.
Yeah, I love this in the back.
Workbench on the back.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. You can put all kinds, I mean, you can put anything on these trucks.
Right.
Anything.
Well, you get to the job, I can put a vise here, I can put a thing across, you can cut, you can do anything and stuff. You get all done with it, you flip it back up, your stuff's safe, and you head off to your next job.
You're all good.
All good.
Look at that, a whole big workbench.
All of these bars. Oh, I got big stuff.
These are cool.
These bars all come out and go up and sit in the front. So if you have big sheets of plywood or paneling, the center divider comes out. You need a fuel cell, you need a generator, you throw it in, you go to the job one time, finish the whole job before you move on.
Very adaptable.
And then
you can use it as a pull-up bar.
Right. And
Correct,
it's all
to stay in shape.
all powder coated.
And Dan's longboard will even fit on this.
Two of them will fit on this. Back to back. Two of them back to back will fit on that thing. Well, this is beautiful, and I think one of the greatest things is the fact that if you do have a business, you get that tax write-off if you do it before the first of the year.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
And that's
so you're
what
saving a lot of money.
And
it's so people
up to $500,000.
Right. And people are sitting around thinking, gosh, should I do that or shouldn't I? You know? And then you go, and then if you work out the tax benefits, maybe it's time to do it.
Well, because, you know, what's happening, these vehicles are driven 24/7 in some cases, maintenance, keeping them running, transmissions. Well, if you flip them every once in a while and make some money on the end of it, I'm just saying, El Cajon Ford, they're great.